another song and let people join. How's the audio?
I know there's nothing wrong. Don't be afraid, there's no need to worry. 'Cause my feelings for you are still strong. Hold me in your arms and never let me go. Hold me in your arms, 'cause I need you so. I can see it in your eyes. There is something you wanna tell me. See it in your eyes. There is something that's hard for me. Is there a reason why? There is something you wanna tell me. I see it in your eyes. There is something that you hide from me. I don't wanna say I'm sorry, 'cause I know there's nothing wrong. Don't be afraid, there's no need
I'll have to look into that later.
'cause my feelings for you are still strong. Hold me in your arms.
And the music seems to be a little bit jumpy. Might be too much being processed by OBS. How's everyone in chat?
Hold me in your arms and never let me
Hey there, yo.
Hold me in your arms, 'cause I need you so. I can see it in your eyes. There's something you wanna tell me. See it in your eyes. There is something that you hide from me. Is there a reason why? There is something
Welcome.
you wanna tell me. I see it in your eyes. There is something that you hide from me.
Figure it out later. Hey, Buzz, how are you?
Doing good. How are you?
Not too bad. I just think I might have a few things too many on OBS going on, and it might be interfering with the music. Which is a shame. But that's all right.
Always
You learn
something,
as you... Yeah, always something. So I'll just turn that off for now. Anxious Aussie, how you doing? What the fuck did I fall into? Well, you don't normally fall into something on this channel. You need to be subscribed for 24 hours to fall into something. But let's get on with it. Buzz, let's look into some more total BS, eh? Have you heard of a guy called Brian 2?
Oh, I haven't heard of this person.
This person believes the government, the CIA, are conducting experiments on him through ultrasonic sound waves.
Oh, I think I remember this guy. You had a
things
video
of
about
that.
him a long time ago. Yeah, I remember watching you. You did a video on him a long time ago on one of your streams. I remember this one. Yeah, I remember this guy now. I remember him now. The name didn't ring a bell, but I was like, oh, we started talking about the shit. I was like, oh, crap, man.
It's still going.
Hi, it's Brian 2. It is 3:27 in the morning, obviously. Sleep deprivation, altering of sleep cycles going on for years. It's the 16th of August 2021, Madrid, Spain.
He's in Spain now.
The organized stalking phenomenon going on in America and around the world.
Organized stalking going along around the world.
Did they not tell him to wear a tinfoil yarmulke and it stops it all?
Organized stalkers work together in pods to remotely tie new victims to supercomputers by trauma.
They're storage
It's
cells.
done.
God, that's new. Instead of a jump drive, you just get a thumb drive. You just get a potato drive.
Holy shit. Oh, man.
For one reason, primarily, they use organized stalking for a lot of things, but what they're
Hello, Vomit.
doing, the intelligence agencies are remotely tying the CIA and the Department of Defense, the shadow government, the Department of
The shadow government.
Defense and the intelligence agencies, and the deep state, the military-industrial complex.
Everyone.
You got all the buzzwords there, man.
They're all in on it.
Remotely tying people to supercomputers. Using physical and psychological trauma to map out
Yeah.
and reverse engineer the sensory and neural pathways of their...
Let's hear that again, Buzz, so we don't misunderstand him.
To supercomputers. Using physical and psychological trauma to map out and reverse engineer the sensory and neural pathways of their brain and central nervous system. So these organized stalkers operate in groups.
Organized stalkers. That's what they're doing to people.
I'm down if they want to tie me to a super hot blonde. Hey, I'm down for that. I'll even volunteer.
I mean, out of everyone in the world, I mean, I'm so glad this guy's coming forward to expose this.
I'm glad they got him instead of me, because then they're really in the world hurt, boy. And map out my brain. I have a hard time myself.
To supercomputers. Using physical and psychological trauma to map out and reverse engineer the sensory and neural pathways of their brain and central nervous system. So these organized stalkers operate in groups. They operate in what are called stalking pods.
Like dolphins.
They are operating stalking pods.
Off the coast of Australia. It's like the orcas and stuff. They got antennas attached to the killer whales, man.
Well, I mean, I don't know. I mean, he's in Spain, so he's talking about around his area, I suppose.
Well, they're following him, I guess.
Like dolphins or killer whales.
Oh, you just mentioned that. Oh, shit.
I may be in on the shit. Oh, I
like,
said too much. I gotta
Oh,
go.
shit. You know about it. You're in on it.
I blew my cover. I exposed myself. Burn.
Shit. Brian, if you're watching, reach out to Buzz. He knows more than he's telling.
In what are called stalking pods. Like dolphins or killer whales, they travel in pods, in groups. So there's never just one. They operate in groups, and they're dedicated to areas where they live, work, and play, unless, they're dedicated to other areas such as transit routes and such.
Of course. Got to get our victims.
And what they're doing is they're marking. They're being used as verification markers and verification triggers. So what they're doing is they're just operating around the city, stalking people, provoking them into trauma, marking them, marking their location for using their cell phone, the supercomputer. They take a picture of the individual, and the supercomputer uses that.
Okay, says the person using their phone to
hate
record
break it
this.
to 'em. I need to tell them that they use Keurig pods too.
That
They're in
image
their coffee
to
maker,
establish
dude.
timing and location of the victim. Then it can remotely, using timing and location, it can remotely lock on to the brainwave signature of the victim by just constantly provoking the victim into physical and psychological trauma.
Physical and psychological trauma. And there's his channel. He's been vlogging himself in bed having spasms and stuff. He falls down at shopping centres on roads just to seek attention.
And hard time tying his shoes and shit like that.
Oh, shit.
They don't need
You just wear
hive
bands,
mind.
man.
Hey, Roger, 10 legions in the round table of King's Heat. Remember, kids, don't eat the Tide Pods.
Things to
Yeah, because that's how they get into
remotely
you.
tie victims to the system. They need hive mind teams for training, research, and development of mind control technologies. Okay.
Mind control technologies. There we go. That's what it's all about, people. Doing experiments on all of you. Just to get data. To map your brains.
But to just keep tying people remotely to these supercomputers, all they need to do is just keep stalking people. So these organized stalkers are already victims of the technology. It's already too late for many of them. They're already on their way to hell.
Oh, it's too late for many of them, Buzz. Too late.
You should have had. I got a feeling somebody's watching me playing in the background.
Yeah, it might be Bells. She might be watching you. What?
I got a feeling somebody's stalking
And
me.
nothing can
They're in the
for
orca
some of them,
pods.
there's
Whoa.
Sing it, Buzz.
nothing going to change that. Because
Vomits just wanted me is bad enough. Can you imagine if there's odd people like me?
they don't understand the technology. This is the vac. Oh, God, I gotta watch what I say.
Just watch it.
Yeah, you better.
Sci-fi
Gotta watch what you say. Otherwise, YouTube will take you down. Oh, shit, you've already said that. The government's controlling you and manipulating you. Mind controlling you, stalking you. Better watch what you say, though. You'll give too much up.
Okay, so
You can say all this stuff, but just don't mention COVID because
Just don't mention COVID. No, just don't mention ivermectin or whatever the fucking drug is you're not allowed to
what's
mention.
happening around the world, okay, is not the
Don't mention stolen elections, but it's all right for mind control.
mark of the beast. It's the lead up to the mark of the beast, okay? In order for
Mark of the beast now. And we're going biblical.
the mark of the beast is singularity. As mentioned in the Bible, is singularity. In order to achieve that, move from humanism to transhumanism, to
Transhumanism. Okay.
Well,
The
that's the
trans
next
one there.
evolution of trans. I mean, it's
Trans, yeah, of
got
course.
everything else done, you know. I mean,
Transhumanism, then transspeciesism.
To
yeah, I'm trying to
engineer
transition to a beaky,
global
but it's just taking a slow process.
singularity, they have to do what they're doing now. Okay, I can't say the word. There's certain words I can't say. 'cause
Okay.
They just keep knocking me. They just keep deleting my channels. They've deleted thousands.
Deleted your channel. You're still the same channel.
Deleted your channel? Why? This is gold. I mean, every time I want to laugh, I gotta remember to watch this guy.
Of videos. So they're operating. The organized stalkers operate in areas in which they live, work, and play. This allows for greater degrees of indirection and what's called plausible deniability. So the stalker, the group of stalkers, it's never one now. It's a group. They operate in groups in pods, just like killer whales or dolphins travel together in.
I think he's just repeating himself like a broken record now.
Pods. They travel together
his
in groups.
brain's on a fucking loop. It's so loopy, he just keeps going around.
His internal record skipped.
There are always groups.
You can't keep track of what he's fucking going after, man.
But it's not his fault. It's the government doing it to him. Okay.
You know those the dorsal fins on the orcas and dolphins? Those are antennas.
Where they live, work, or play. So the victim of organized stalking calls the police and says, well, this person's stalking me. It's been going on for weeks, months. And then the group of stalkers say, no, this person's crazy. We live, work, and play here. My house is right down the street. I work right up the block. I go to the gym right around the corner. I live, work, and play in this area. This person's crazy. And I'm not stalking them when they are stalking them.
Well, you said one true thing.
Yeah.
This person is crazy. He's right on the nail there.
Yeah. True. He doesn't believe it.
Okay, so live, work, and play. Okay.
Live, work, and play. I thought that was like a catchphrase from Mars bars.
Remotely tying people to supercomputers using physical and
live, work, and play.
Psychological trauma. They're dedicated to certain areas, and they travel together. They work together in groups. They're controlled by community-based agents, which are
community-based agents.
Basically, prior military, prior law enforcement, retired military, who keep their clearance after they retire, after they leave the military or law enforcement.
They do. Then they join the pod people.
I gotta see if I still got my clearance. I might be a pod person and not know it.
I think you've just slipped up and let him know that you're a pod person.
Oh, shit.
But you don't know it.
I don't know it. I got plausible deniability.
And they become community-based agents. A lot of the private detectives that you see, they take up these secondary occupations, and they really are private detectives.
Crap suit.
They really are security.
Yeah, what?
Bells is prior military.
Oh, shit. Bells is the biggest pod. She knew
she's
we were
not
talking
here.
about this tonight. She's not here.
She's behind it, man.
She's organizing against this whole stream.
One of the organizers. That's why she couldn't come on stream now, man. She was busy working with the CIA and the FBI and the whatever,
etc.
or else government agencies.
They're
working
also
on this shit.
Yeah, and she's meeting with the biggest pod person, Apollo.
double dipping. They're also being used as community-based
Double
agents
dipping,
to
all right.
control these
Double dipping, yeah. Bells, you're not double dipping, are you?
organized stalkers. So you want to know who's behind the organized stalking? Look for private detectives. Look for security consultants, etc., who are prior military, prior law enforcement.
Bells, we're under you.
Retired.
There he
They
is,
keep
man.
their clearance. Those are the community-based agents that are the middlemen between the fusion centers and the organized stalkers. Now, these organized stalkers that travel together in groups and pods, that work together in groups, they're not dedicated to an individual, to a targeted individual. They're dedicated to all targeted individuals that move through their area where they live, work, and play, their area of operation. So They're just picking new targets every day, and they're using trauma to just keep provoking these people until the supercomputer can lock on using timing and location, remotely lock on to new victims. They're daily in the process of doing nothing but stop.
Imagine being this guy.
I bet you her bike has got all kinds of transmitters on it.
Probably has.
Stalking people. That's their lifestyle.
You stalk them stealthy because you can't hear her coming.
Government informants and government perpetrators turned into provocateurs. It's a lifestyle. It's not a job. For the surveillance teams, the hive mind teams, cognitive researchers, etc., it's a job. For the organized stalkers, these street thugs, these government informants and government perpetrators turned into provocateurs, it's not a job. It's a lifestyle.
I'm glad this guy doesn't live near me. I would have so much fun.
You'd set up cameras just watching him.
I walk by on my GoPro and quickly turn and see when he looks at me.
Have a drone just laying in his yard.
They do it every day. Okay? They get their cash
cards laying around this fucking place.
Okay? They're not getting gift cards. It's all misinformation. Okay? And they work together in groups. They work together in pods. And it's based on the choice.
Just in case you weren't aware, they work in pods. Hello, Miss Murder. Sounds like he's had a few too many mushrooms.
Choice reference.
He's getting the mushroom pizza.
In other words, in order to understand organized stalking with regard to you, the victim, you have to go back and look at a pattern of your previous choices. Choice, reference, patterns. What are choices?
Choice, reference, and patterns. Isn't this stupid early for me? No, it's nearly 8:30 p.m. It's perfect time.
They're memories. Previous memories. Choice, reference, patterns then are patterns of previous memories. So in order to understand organized stalking, you have to go back and look at a pattern of your previous.
Hey, you're welcome to come on, Miss Murder, if you're not busy, and join in the fun. Hello, Shezza.
Favorite restaurants, cafes, modes of transportation.
Favorite restaurant.
Okay, that's grocery.
Went out for food earlier.
Previous
You're one of the stalkers,
memories.
man.
Of course.
They're mapping. They're using physical and psychological trauma
cameras in them
every day to target new victims. These organized stalkers are working together in groups in
pods.
pods. And they're engaging in these situational and conversational scenarios that they're basically just stalking people, blatantly stalking people.
Organized stalkers. That's kind of their job, right? I mean,
yeah. Do they work in groups, I wonder?
All they have to do is aim their cell phone or engage in some other type of verification marker or verification trigger at the individual, and the supercomputer can lock on to that individual remotely.
He does in a few of his things. He brings up MK Ultra.
From thousands of miles away using towers, satellites, and mobile platforms. Okay, so what they're doing every day is they're just tying new victims to the supercomputers.
Yeah, no worries. Well, I do hope you have a good time at work. And yeah, I saw that. You found a new place. Congrats on that. That's awesome. You can bring your animal.
That's what's happening. Now, I'm not talking about now remotely tying people to these supercomputers and mind control is two different things, okay? Remote neural monitoring and remote neural manipulation are two different things.
They're two different things. Do you know what the two different things are, Buzz? Did you listen?
They're pods.
That's
how they travel. They travel in pods. Shuttle pods or escape pods or some kind of shit. Because orcas, that's what it was. They travel in orcas.
Two different things, okay? Remotely tying people to these supercomputers and mind control, two different things,
swallowed
okay?
by a whale.
Remotely tying people to these supercomputers and mind control is two different things, okay?
Anxious Aussie, how you doing? You rescued a baby.
Remote neural monitoring and remote neural manipulation are two different things. Remote neural monitoring is what they're doing. They're tying people to these supercomputers, formulation, predictive integration, etc. Okay, where the system can image, measure, and transmit data regarding the neural activity, the neural emissions, the electromagnetic activity of the victim's brain, the synaptic responses. Okay, that's remote neural monitoring. That's not mind control.
That's not mind control, okay, Buzz? Monitoring is not control. You got that?
It is. I think that they're trying these organized stalkers are trying to tell us what they're doing through him, but they got a bad Wi-Fi signal. And he keeps skipping and fucking hopping around and shit, man.
Mind control
Guys
is
watch
remote
too
neural
much TV.
manipulation. Two different things, okay? Monitoring. That's not mind control. Mind control is remote neural manipulation. Two different things, okay?
What's this guy do for a living?
Okay, so
Makes videos about being targeted by the organizations.
He gets money for this shit?
I don't know.
I'm doing YouTube.
That's all he does.
I'm doing YouTube completely wrong. I'm just fucking.
Do you think he admits a Wi-Fi hotspot? Ooh, that might be a question for him.
by tying these people to supercomputers, they will become victims in the future of mind control. These supercomputers, these exascale systems, these remote neural networks, exascale, EXA.
EXA. You're moving in with your boyfriend, got a new job. Yep, awesome. Pity you had to say goodbye to your students, so they would have missed you, or still miss you. Little dog, awesome. Glad everything's going well. Miss Murder.
Scale, SCALE.
Just in case you didn't know how to spell that, Buzz.
Oh man, jeez, I was wondering because
Scale, EXA. Scale, SCALE. Exascale systems of remote neural networks.
I got that. I wrote it down, dude. I got my pen right here.
Yeah, you got your notebook out.
My pen right here, man.
Billions of calculations per second.
Billions,
Not millions.
B-I-L-L-I-O-N.
Not 8 billion.
Yeah, billions with a B?
No, billions per second.
Billions. See,
Not bunions.
I beat it one time. One time I beat it. And
He beat it one time. Wow. We got to hear this story.
That's his problem.
now I can interfere with it whenever I want to. I can disrupt it. But defeat it, I've defeated it one time in 24 years. Okay? They're capable of billions of calculations per second. So they can lock on to, hundreds of thousands of victims at one time. People just can't get their head around this technology. Okay, so street theater, that's situational and conversational scenarios. And that's what these organized stalkers are doing for the purpose of tying new victims. People call them surveillance pods.
Really?
They're on every street.
People call them that.
Somebody needs to tell him that fire extinguisher above his head, the smoke detector is blinking red. They're watching him.
Yeah, it's a camera.
Corner. Look, if you see somebody walking around aimlessly, standing and doing nothing, okay, all day long in the same area, and that's a crime-ridden, drug-infested gang neighborhood, then they could be just a gang member. They could be.
Could they?
But when you see somebody doing the same thing in a business district, okay, or an upscale neighborhood or a township, okay,
they could be still selling drugs.
Shopping areas and malls.
Those are the organized stalkers.
I don't know, Miss Murder. Does your ADHD make you immune from mind control, or is it the mind control giving you ADHD?
Yeah, that's what it is.
Transit zones. They target people.
They're using too strong of a signal
when
they transmit the data.
Yeah. So stop hanging around pods, and your ADHD might go away.
For them in the airports, the train stations, etc., where the rules are more strict and it's easier to set up and entrap victims. Okay, because the rules.
Of course you can, Karen.
Rules and laws regarding airports and train stations and other transit areas, they're more strict, so it's easier to set the victim up. But understand what's happening. They're doing one thing primarily. They're remotely tying new victims every day to these supercomputers, or are in the process of doing it. Okay, it takes a
Unless you were sent here by the pod people, Karen.
continuous stalking trauma to target new victims. So that's what this stalking phenomena is going. That's what's happening with this, with organized stalking in America and here in Europe and around the world. They're just tying victims, remotely tying victims to the supercomputers using physical and psychological trauma, street theater, situational and
Digital
conversational
bondage.
scenarios,
Digital bondage.
stalking. Okay, read the description box and you'll get a better idea of how it works. Explained to Madrid, Spain.
I am never going to look at a dolphin the same way ever again.
Oh,
Maybe next
shit.
time I go down to Australia,
Oh, look at this.
see them out there. I'm gonna say, they're watching this. They're watching this.
Look at the description box.
Holy shit! Oh,
Oh, Jesus.
oh Jesus! Oh man!
Oh, okay. That was fun.
God.
Now, he's got an increase in spinal damage, violent attacks, organized stalking by Spanish government, informant provocators. And this was on the 22nd of August. Let's see what this
This
was about.
recently? Holy crap, man! The last time you visited this guy was a couple years ago that I remember.
Patient. Organized stalkers brutally attack American whistleblower.
Oh shit! He's blowing more than the whistle. I can shoot. That's
He's showing his own video.
he's got a military.
You see this? This is a distraction.
Sorry, mate.
He's got a military style backpack with him there. I think he's part of it.
This is a decoy meant to distract the attention of a targeted individual.
He's a decoy.
These people are like, get this out of here, man.
A decoy.
See that's what they're doing.
Oh, okay, he's got a plastered foot.
What's
He was attacked by it. He was attacked by a Spanish informant.
Truth is, he tripped off the curb from a donut shop. Fucking shit.
And he's been repeatedly attacked, harassed in Spain.
Maybe you should move.
Hours before the asylum interview. Spanish government informant.
Now he's grabbing my crutches.
Just
Now he's grabbing my crutches.
Eso es mentira. This is a lie. Hey, who are you? Who are you? Who are you? Who are you?
CILO, government
Well, you start recording people like that, and then you're gonna get that kind of reaction.
I think so.
Hey, who's stalking who here? You know,
He just randomly points the camera at people and say they're stalking him.
they're an informant. They're an informant.
Yeah, CIA. Who are you? Who are you? Who are you? No.
Who are you?
It's a lie. It's a fucking montage. Eh? Are you fucking me? Eh? Do you want fucking me?
Are you fucking me?
Why? 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 I'm gonna say now. Why? Go ahead. Eh? Go ahead. Okay.
Hi, Shaz.
Okay. What's the problem with me? Eh? What's the problem with me? What's the problem with the game? The game? No, the game. The life. It's the life. It's the real life.
He must have been following this guy, telling everyone on his camera that this is a stalker.
This too, man. They're stalking me.
Now he's on the ground playing victim. And that's what he does in a lot of his videos.
He's grabbing my phone. Es mentira, hermano. Es mentira, me quieres joder a mí. Es mentira, hermano. Es mentira. Está grabando, me estás jodiendo. Es mentira, amigo. Me van a joder. El gobierno de la tía americana.
Get him away from me. He knocked me.
Where's his pod people? I thought they were in packs, Buzz.
He's calling them.
He's calling the pod people.
The pod people, they're up in the hotel windows watching, observing. So they only got one down. And they come out all at once. And
Oh, of course. Yeah, they got to record it.
One at a time. And this guy's trying to guide him into the pod where they all can congregate on him and jump on him and shit.
Ambulancia, por favor, ambulancia.
Attack further damages spine. Shut off.
What had happened? He don't realize is the guy put a transmitter on the back of him before he fell.
Damages lower spine.
Now another transponder has been implanted in him when he fell on it.
Fractures ankle. Dislocates left shoulder.
Everybody else is like, shit.
This all just happened with mind control. Yep. Filed a police report. Of course you did, with the corrupt police. Get forward, mate. We get it. Just put a fucking police report in.
This is Brian. I've been punched in the mouth. As you can see, my face is swollen.
Can't tell, mate.
Blood in my mouth. Police just walked away.
His body's swollen.
In a shop.
Like Al Bundy said, I've seen you've been punched in the belly a few times.
This is in a shop, all right, and they're still serving customers. The staff refused to help, and he's lying on the ground filming himself.
This lady here just told me that there is no ambulance coming, and that
5 hours before the ambulance came. So you laid there for 5 hours. Fucking hell.
police just left, and they're not going to help me anymore.
Dedication to the cause.
And the fall also hurt
My mouth is swelling full of blood.
as you can see, the side of my face is swollen, and my
You're just fat.
lips, I got blood in my mouth.
Hit you in the gut, dude.
So they're not.
Swollen.
The staff are laughing. The store staff are mocking him.
They're not helping me. This is organized stalking.
Imagine dealing with this person. Comes into your store, starts laying down, telling everyone that he got attacked by invisible rays.
Well, he's probably followed somebody in there. And they got tired of him following him, and he's the one that's stalking people. They clock him. He's like, "Oh, help me, help me!" And they're like, "Get your fat ass out of here!"
And it's just, this is the Colombians. They're the slaves.
This is the Columbia.
So they're not going to help me. My mouth is swelling.
Left laying on the floor for 5 hours, you poor fucker.
He's got a fucking phone. Turn the phone off and call the ambulance yourself.
No, he wants to document it.
I got blood in my mouth. I hurt my nose.
I think phones can video and call at the same time and shit. I don't know.
The lady is telling me, she just spoke to the police, and she's telling me now that the ambulance is not coming. This is Brian T, September 12, 2016. Hold on.
The student sees and calls an ambulance.
I like to report they're mocking me. Felony.
Miss Murder says, for your information, his face swollen actually indicates that he's a heavy drinker. Not that he got punched. Fair enough. The lack of bruising and swollen lip, yeah.
I don't even know what time it is. Trying to figure it out. 13:51. 1:51, almost 2 o'clock.
He is still on the ground for 5 hours, yeah. The police refused to help him. Absolutely, he is a drama queen.
The very word secrecy is repugnant in a free and open society.
Shut up.
It's fair.
He's got a neck brace on.
You wake up in your bed and believe whatever you want. You how deep.
Cough
Tubes and wires are putting in.
at Old Town Trolley Station. I was just sitting there, as you can see, drinking my coffee, minding
Minding my business bullshit.
my own business, and this guy comes up and gets in my face and starts yelling and screaming, and then he punches me for no reason. And there are surveillance cameras. There are surveillance cameras here, so there's evidence of what happened. It was totally unsolicited. This is organized stalking. I called 911.
Organized stalking.
Odds everywhere, man.
I screamed for security. Security came over here. I called 911. I guess they're on their way. But this is organized stalking, and this is how violent it gets.
What? You hit your head?
This is a common tactic of just gratuitous violence against the victim, to constantly keep the victim in a constant state of fear for their physical safety and paranoia and anxiety. Physical and psychological trauma, and psychological trauma, to map out the sensory and neural pathways of the victim's brain and central nervous system. So, again, this is the trolley station. This is where they have attacked me many times. They punched me in the face.
Somebody hit you
Attacked me many times.
Year before, back in 2013, they punched me in the face twice. Right up the street, they chased me with knives. It's ridiculous. But this is how the game works. It's a very deadly game, and it's called organized stalking.
deadly,
And I
you're
just got
still
punched.
alive.
Yeah, so deadly you can do a channel on it, reporting it.
In the face. I did nothing to deserve it. And the surveillance
Spain, then. That's just fucking shit.
Just stop recording people.
cameras that you see right up there will show the entire incident was entirely unsolicited. So, this is Brian 2, March 11, 2018, approximately 8:20 in the morning. Town Trolley Station. I gotta go to the hospital.
I go to the hospital.
I've got to go to the hospital.
I think this guy goes to the hospital for free food. They hit the Wi-Fi signal on him again.
Asylum is right. Okay. That's 2 videos down on this guy. Now, this next one's short. It's what he calls a torture stream of elf waves. Elf.
Oh, it's a
waves.
torture stream. All right, fucking watching this guy.
Elf waves are targeting his ears. Okay. So now that we got the context, so let's watch this torture stream.
It's almost Thanksgiving, so Santa Claus is coming to town.
Here he is. He's being tortured by elf waves. I'm convinced. Go on. Slap the camera. Good boy. Yeah, that was elf waves targeting his. That was proof. Okay.
That's just a bad hangover. That's what that was.
CIA and DIA
I
contractors.
never thought of blaming my hangovers on the elves before, though.
The CIA contractors wage global campaign of violence and entrapment against whistleblower. Brian too. Okay, let's see this evidence. These reports sometime, right?
Are you okay? No? What do you need?
Can we please just put you in the side?
Oh, shit.
Let's just go lying down and fucking looking for fucking
attention.
I gotta try this shit, man. Fuck.
No, I think it's better if you try to move.
Are you drunk?
Are you drunk?
Are you drunk?
Okay, wait,
Probably
let
the
me help
fucking
you,
correct
okay?
question to ask you, man.
Yeah.
The game is beginning. This is
Yeah,
the
forget
game.
about the game.
No, but it's
This
not.
is
He's telling people this is a game. People that are there to help you. This is a game, guys.
the game.
No, but
Just
it's not
knock
a game.
down. It's a game.
Which game?
It's a game.
Okay, we
This
are
is
going
Brian
to,
2.
we are going
It
to,
is 22:42
Listen.
hours.
You're doing a traffic jam, okay? You have to move.
Because of the traffic jam, you gotta move.
You're a traffic jam. You got to move.
Get your fat ass off the sidewalk. What you saying?
Fun fact, alcohol withdrawal can mimic the symptoms of paranoid schizophrenia, hallucinations, paranoid thoughts, and irrational behavior.
Violence. More violence right here. This guy.
Okay? No? What do you need?
I think this violence is people getting fed up with them fucking videotaping.
Organized stalking is a thing, Chaz. And this guy's telling us all about it.
Put you in the side.
No, I think it's better if you try to move.
Are you drunk?
We are going to help you, okay?
The game is beginning. This is
Yeah,
the
forget
game.
about the game.
No, but it's
This
not.
is the game.
No, but
Just
it's not a
knock
game.
down. It's a game.
Which
It's a
game?
game.
Okay, we are
This is
going
Brian 2.
we are going
It
to,
is 22:42 hours.
You're doing a traffic jam, okay? You have to move.
Violence. More violence right here. This guy.
It just points at a random guy and says, violence, this guy.
Cuidado.
Here comes the law
CIA
enforcement. He's laying on the ground. He wonders why law enforcement's coming. Oh,
Coming from the
no.
Matrix.
29th of the 9th, 2021. He's in a hospital now, is he? Imagine the hospital seeing the same person all the time.
God, sick man commando, man. I deal with some of these downtown where I work. The cops come up, they know the guy by name. Oh, come on, let's go.
You see this? This is a distraction. This is a decoy meant to distract the attention of a targeted individual.
Distracted with a machete.
You see that? That's what they're doing.
Oh, shit. We're only 3 minutes into this video. Same fucking video. Playing it again.
Why are you fucking me? Eh? Do you want fucking me? Why? Why you blowing?
You've seen this already.
Get him away from me. He knocked me to the ground.
He knocked me to the ground.
No, ambulancia, por favor, ambulancia.
I wonder what this guy's hospital bills look like.
No, maybe it's covered there.
Yeah, it must be free over there because by now they'd ship him out.
Yeah, we saw
Or the
this
one
already,
time the
mate.
ambulance took me
Punched
10
in the
miles,
mouth.
$800.
I'm not playing the same video. I'm playing a different one. He's just uploaded the same stuff. All right. Awakened suddenly. This is the title. And repeatedly by pulses of
Taking birth control
energy.
pills.
Pulses of energy suddenly woke him up. This is sleep deprivation torture of elf waves.
I think he's got into his mother birth control pills and shit or something.
This is brand two. It's just an example of what I go through each day. They're forcing me to take multiple doses of medicine to try to sleep, and then they won't let me sleep. They keep waking me up with pulses of energy. My head and ears already pulsating in pain. High-pitched screeching sound. They just modulate the stream of energy and wake the victim back up.
What's wrong with this guy?
So I was forced.
That's just two different medications. You only take one from each package.
Well, they're forcing him to take it.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, and then
I mean, to me, I'd start from the one package and then go to the next one. You know, finish the one and.
Oh, it might be different meds.
I took
a different meds, but
a lorazepam
they're giving
and
giving you these drugs to keep you fucking. That's your problem. You're off your meds half the time.
I took a lorazepam and a zopiclona 7.5 milligrams, lorazepam 1 milligram, and this is the lorazepam. Went to sleep and they woke me up where I'd only had 2 hours of quality sleep, and the rest was just garbage, just constantly disrupted. So I had to take another lorazepam. That's 2 lorazepam today, and then I took another zopiclona. Still couldn't go back to sleep. Had to take a third zopiclona to finally get some sleep, and they kept waking me up. This is how it works. So
this is how it works, Buzz.
You're in a hospital. They're always checking on you, man. Shit. That's how it is, man.
No, they're not waking him up with nurses. They're waking him up with elf waves.
Oh. Well, the elves must run the hospital.
Today, in the last 24 hours, I've taken 3 zopiclona, 7.5 milligrams, and 2 Ativan, lorazepam, 1 milligrams, to get even approximately 4 hours of sleep.
Just give Gollum the ring and the elves will leave you alone.
This is the graph of sleep that I had today. See how it's all broken up? That's just pulses of energy to wake me up, disrupt my sleep, prevent sleep. I had only got 4 hours of sleep, but only really 2 hours of sleep, and the rest of it was just constantly keeping me in theta state. The system, the supercomputer, is trying to. Theta state is somewhat not quite as sleep.
Shaz says that's enough to take an elephant down. Well, he is an elephant.
But on the verge of sleep, between 4 to 7 hertz theta, so they wake you up and then they don't let you go back to sleep, although it appears you're sleeping because you're incapacitated. That's when the technology works most effectively. And then they use chatterbots to force me into conversations, mental conversations with the.
Then they use a chatterbox to force him into a mental conversation.
The supercomputer to keep you talking, sleep talking.
Somebody just sent this guy a spirit box and really fuck with him.
Linguistic programming, dream modulation, nightmares. I have all of that. But I'm just showing you how it affects my sleep. I took all this medication, and I only got 4 hours of sleep. Just 4 hours of quality sleep. This other here, this is from them, the torture. This is from the streams of energy, not letting me sleep. So you see, it started. It kept me up all night yet, between 4 and 5 in the morning. I finally got to sleep, and then woke me up suddenly with a pulse of energy at just after 9. So that's 4 hours, but I only got 2 hours of quality sleep, of actual sleep. Then I tried to go back to sleep. Took another lorazepam, so that's now 2 lorazepam, okay, and another zopiclona, that's now 2 zopiclona, so 15 milligrams of zopiclona, 2 milligrams of Ativan, lorazepam, and you see these 2 dots here at the bottom next to 11 and 12, that's the only sleep I got before they woke me up again. Managed to go back to sleep after taking more medication at 1700, and again, see the gap, the break in the sleep, the little spaces in between the red and the orange. This is how they do it. They just keep constantly waking the victim up. They won't let the victim sleep. I had to do all of this medicine.
I'm waiting for a nurse to clock it with the bedpan. Bing!
Total of 3 zopiclona. Okay, 3. That's 21.
I know I would have by now.
22.5 milligrams of zopiclona. Okay,
You let him sleep with a fucking
2 milligrams of Ativan, lorazepam, to get just this little bit of sleep, this 4 hours and 25 minutes. This is what
talk to
they
you, might be able to
waking
sleep.
the victim up. They keep forcing me to take this incredibly
Right.
powerful sleep medicine to sleep. And without sleep deprivation torture, their technology doesn't work. It just doesn't work. I got
Poor
almost
nurse.
no deep sleep. Here's the sleep graph here. As you can see, it says 446. That's just wrong because they keep waking the victim up. You see the purple down here at the bottom of the first graph? Blue, blue, green. That purple is the deep sleep. I got almost none. There it is again. Almost no deep sleep.
Hey, poor bastard.
I had to take all that medicine, 22.5 milligrams of zopiclona, to get just 4 hours of quality sleep. 4 hours.
Oh my god.
Constantly waking me up, constantly knocking me out. And to get only an hour, a little over an hour, just barely an hour of deep sleep. 22 milligrams of zopiclona.
That's what they do in hospitals. They come and check on you.
The stream of energy has really damaged my ears, and all victims are going.
Make sure you're not freaking dead.
But without, see, this is a sleep graph through, a month.
Hey, good
Fucking
evening.
hotel, buddy.
Of course, you see all the red and the orange, almost no green. Green is where I sleep. That's where I take medication and let me sleep. The orange and the green, that's poor sleep. And then there are gaps where you see there are gaps there where there's no sleep at all.
It was wanking.
And so the orange and the red is just poor sleep, extremely poor sleep. And this is going over, here's the month of September. 3 days of actual good sleep. The rest of it very poor or very poor sleep. Poor is 6 hours.
Well, the
Very poor.
pot stalkers, they gotta take a day
Poor
off
is-
sometime.
all right, very-
Oh, shit.
That's their
Just gonna
3-day
keep
weekend
going
right
on
there,
and on.
man.
Don't give them ideas. You'll say that's why. The CIA directed
No,
energy. The CIA directed energy torture attacks drive American whistleblower. He calls himself a whistleblower. Brian Chu from Ecuador.
This is Brian Chu in Quito, Ecuador at Mariscal Sucre Airport. Severe damage. I can't even understand what they're saying. The words are so distorted, so painfully distorted, I can't even understand the intercom.
And that might be speaking a different language.
I can't understand a word they're saying on the intercom. My hearing is so damaged from directed energy attacks. They're manipulating my medical treatment. They're telling these people, it doesn't make any sense. They're placing cameras on planes. That doesn't make sense. You can't place because of a work injury. That's BS. It's not happening. This is the American CIA. This is the Department of Defense. But what are they using to justify?
That's a question.
24/7 global surveillance. Look, I'm in an airport. I'm in ᴏᴜ International Airport. My hearing is severely damaged. Additional directed energy torture, pulses of energy. And I can't get the medical evidence. Everywhere I go, they're manipulating the medical evidence. I can't get it.
I can't get the medical evidence.
Keep it from me, man. We're all in on it.
He even goes to hearing specialists.
Just left the ear audiologist.
He needs to go to Uganda to one of the doctors there and shit, man.
Oh, shit.
Clinic. And they manipulated that. What are they telling these governments that they're able to put cameras on planes? That I'm constantly surrounded 24/7 by law enforcement. It just doesn't make any sense. This is American CIA. This is American CIA. This is Department of Defense. And they're using this bogus 24-year investigation. This has been going on for 24 years to justify this, because their technology, trauma-based mind control technology, depends upon 24/7 surveillance for verification of the synaptic responses of the victim.
Oh, shit, we might wake up bells in a moment.
Claim any of the victim status, so he had to claim this one because nobody else is after it.
So I understand why they have to do it. What I don't understand is how are they justifying it. I've filed lawsuits. I've filed.
I know you have. Imagine a lawsuit being filed by this guy.
That attorney goes, I need the money, so I'll file it.
You're attacking my ears remotely.
They won't release.
Hey, Professor.
Records on me. I've been to the FBI office in Cincinnati, sat down with the FBI, asked, are you investigating me? Can I help you in any way to investigate me? And, oh, no. I've called.
Can you imagine going into the FBI and saying, can I help you investigate me? Oh, shit. Hey, Professor, this is a second episode. Last week we had one too, if you missed it.
Called them. I don't know how many times I've called the FBI. At least 10 times.
He's got him on speed dial.
Maybe 15 times. Saying, do you have me under investigation? Is there anything I can do to help with your investigation? Oh, no, Mr. Two, we found nothing on you. And the funny thing is, they say we couldn't find any records on you. That's BS. It's total BS. It's the FBI in the recording. It's FBI in the recording. They're secretly recorded. That's the FBI committing crimes, trying to set me up and entrap me.
It's secretly recorded. How do you know they're recording it, you clown?
How are they entrapping you?
You're calling them.
It's fucking paranoid. Hey, still catching up on your last episode. Great to see you, mate. Oh, thanks. Thank you very much. Yeah, we're just going to get on every week and have a laugh because there's too much bullshit going on. Too much bullshit in the world. Everyone needs a bit of a laugh.
My aunt and my uncle are targeted.
I got to go look up his videos and shit.
Their next door neighbor's head of the FBI for the entire state of South Carolina.
Your next door neighbor?
Not down the street neighbor, next door neighbor, 300 feet from their house. And they're going through everything I'm going through. Their house is being
I've got a friend that lives next door and they're going through the same thing. Okay.
Broken into every night, vandalized, they're being stalked, they're being attacked with directed energy. And their next door neighbor for 20 years is head of the FBI for the state of South Carolina.
Just keep banging to make your point.
How is that possible?
He's
and what in the world are they using to justify all this surveillance?
Can you imagine being in the airport listening to him? Oh shit, we got to be quiet now, Buzz. We got one of the pod people here.
Oh, Yeah, that's one of the pod people.
You guys can say whatever the fuck you want.
No, we've been told by Brian that the pod people are ex-military. You're one of them.
Yeah.
Well, she was gone.
No, there were other reasons I was gone.
She was gone because she was getting the dick.
She's getting the energy torture. Directed
She was
energy
being directed energy attack.
It wasn't on her ears though.
So
yeah.
Since you just joined us, Buzz, would you like to give an overview of who we're speaking and or who
guy
we're
is
looking at?
That guy is wearing his mask whole ass wrong.
Oh, this guy's got more than that wrong.
This guy, his name is Brian Too. So we'll let Buzz let you in on what.
Yeah.
Oh, this guy he's a broken record of mind control.
You mean he's got schizophrenia? Okay.
He's a professional victim. He'll fall down and call for an ambulance. At one point, he laid in the store for 5 hours until the ambulance came.
What the fuck?
Yeah. He's getting directed energy attacks from the government. G'day, g'day, Rose.
Pods like dolphins and
my tarot reading ass feels absolutely normal by comparison with whatever the fuck is happening with numbnuts here. First of all, dude, pull your mask over your nose. It's like walking around, you're wearing pants, but your cock's hanging out. You know, flapping in the breeze.
That's what I'm doing wrong. Shit, fucking, I remember. I might write that down. Shit.
What? Oh, that.
Oh no, this guy. First he's in an airport, and he's complaining about surveillance. Well, fucking, you're in an airport, dude. Have you ever done 9/11? Fucking shit.
Oh my god.
Nashville Airport, they walk around with fucking M4s and shit. It's like, hey, it's just kind of the state we're living in now.
Yeah, Carrie says he's an alcoholic too. Oh dear. Oh dear.
Well, we don't know that.
We need to get him to wear a tinfoil yarmulke. I'm telling you, man. I gotta send him an email and shit.
I double dirty dog dare you to send this guy an email.
Yeah, I don't know if I want to open that can of worms.
I want you to put that up there. I want you to do that to where we can put that shit up on screen and watch you create sheer chaos through, in a text.
Earlier, I'm glad this guy doesn't live down the street from me because I would fucking. I'd be in jail for harassment because it'd be too much fun.
No, it's his assment because you'd be harassing his ass.
Oh, I'm saying I'll be in jail just for fucking with him because it'd be too much fun.
Yeah, this guy's more fucked up than a football bat. I can already tell that.
I go put some little tinfoil pyramids out in his fucking yard.
No. You've got that wrong. What he needs is tinfoil flamingos to act as sort of an antenna to draw in the vibes of, hi, my brain is like scrambled eggs. Oh my god. Oh, I see me a fuzzy Kaylee right there in our chat.
I'm gonna see. Where is it? Bring up what I brought up earlier so you can get caught up.
Okay. And then I have something to show you that's on an animation subject.
I'm glad you clarified that because I was like, oh, okay.
Yeah, no.
Hi, it's Brian too.
I mean, it's one thing being proud, but goddamn.
Yeah. All right.
It's sore.
So
but
this is it. I don't need to know if it's sore or not.
Aren't you glad you woke my ass up?
Here we go. Listen to this guy. welcome to anyone that's just joined us.
It is 3:27 in the morning. Obviously, sleep deprivation, altering of sleep cycles going on for years. It's the 16th of August 2021, Madrid, Spain. The organized stalking phenomenon going on in America and around the world is done, but for one reason, primarily. They use organized stalking for a lot of things, but what they're doing, the intelligence agencies are remotely tying the CIA and the Department of Defense, the shadow government, the Department of Defense and the intelligence agency, and the deep state, the military-industrial complex. What they're doing is they're remotely tying people to supercomputers.
Yeah, you got to go, Miss Murder. No problems.
What?
The one. All right.
You're going to be really
Using
sorry I said
physical and
that.
psychological trauma to map out and reverse engineer the sensory and neural pathways of their brain and central nervous system. So these organized stalkers operate in groups. They operate in what are called stalking pods.
We've got to take note of that, just in case he doesn't mention it again. Okay, organized stalkers working in pods.
Yeah, I've heard of the whole
like-
group stalking thing. That's apparently a really common, bullshit thing that people do. Group stalking or gang stalking, I think they call it. And it's not what you would think it would be. It's horse shit like this.
Yeah, it's people pretending that they're getting stalked.
Dolphins or killer.
This guy literally films someone and says he's stalking me, and the guy comes up and punches him. Of course, because you're filming him.
Yeah, cause reaction.
I had to go
Whales, they travel in
recalibrate
pods.
my elf generation system.
Like dolphins or killer whales, they travel in pods, in groups. So there's never just one. They operate in groups, and they're dedicated to areas where they live, work, and play, unless they're dedicated to other areas such as transit routes and such. And what they're doing is they're marking. They're being used as verification markers and verification triggers. So
What the fuck?
what they're doing is they're just
Jeez, hairy old bald-headed titty fucking Christ. This guy.
Aren't you glad you didn't miss out on this episode?
Very, very. I mean,
shit.
I'm still like Zamba Babambi right now, but yeah. It's making my head hurt.
operating around the
You
city,
get the elf rays at you,
stalking
man.
people,
Shit.
provoking them into trauma, marking their location for using their cell phone, the supercomputer. They take a picture of the individual, and the supercomputer uses that image to establish timing and location of the victim. Then it can remotely, using timing and location, it can remotely lock on to the brainwave signature of the victim by just constantly provoking the victim into physical and psychological trauma. They don't need hive mind teams to remotely tie victims to the system. They need hive mind teams for training, research, and
He's
development.
just the only hive mind around there is the fucking jock itch forming a little ring of hives.
Hey, it's a digital bondage, man. It's a new fucking thing.
Yeah, oh no, bondage.
Technology.
Digital bondage,
Okay,
though, man.
but to just
Yeah,
keep
tie you to
tying people
supercomputer
remotely
next.
to these supercomputers, all they need to do is just keep stalking people. So these organized stalkers are already victims of the technology. It's already too late for many of them. They're already on their way to hell, and nothing can turn.
They're on the way to hell. We're getting into the biblical stuff now, Bells.
For
Yeah,
some
my
of them,
head
there's
hurt.
no
You guys woke me up to have me listen to this stream of consciousness horse shit. I literally feel like somebody just, dumped their rain barrel of bullshit over my head. People like this
Where's
make
Apollo?
me tired. Huh?
Where's Apollo? Is he there?
He's asleep, and I don't think I
Wake him
can
up.
get him to wake up. He's like,
Wake him up.
He's gonna kill me if I do that. He's
Tell him
like
it's
really
important
conked out.
because he might be getting experimented on.
Okay,
Nothing gonna change
you
that.
message him.
Because they
You
don't
wake
understand
his
the
ass up.
technology.
I'm going to tell
This
Brian
is
that you're one
this
of
is
the pod
the
people.
Oh, God, I gotta watch what I say.
He's
Oh,
gonna watch what he
Jesus!
says.
I can't. I just can't. Suit, I can't.
What I say.
Oh my God. Fuck me gently with a roto-rooter. This is awful.
Okay, so what's happening around the world, okay, is not the mark of
Sorry.
the beast. It's the lead up to the mark of the beast, okay? In order for the mark of the beast is singularity. As mentioned in the Bible, it is singularity.
Wait a
In order
minute,
to
wait a minute,
achieve-
wait a minute. Mark of the beast is a singularity. Singularity is in your brain, dude, sucking everything in and not letting anything out, except maybe an accretion disc of bullshit.
Hey, but remember, Jonah got swallowed by a whale, so this guy could be onto something.
No,
Or
Jonah
it's
probably
the
picked
orcas or the transmitter.
this guy. This guy who was swallowed by a whale. My ass. He probably walked on the beach, picked up a dead fish, stuck his no-no in its mouth, and went to town. Humpa humpa, burning love, and he didn't smell any better when he was done.
Move from humanism to transhumanism to that. Move from humanism to transhumanism to
Hence,
engineer
he's transphobic.
global
He's transphobic
now.
singularity. They have to do what they're doing now. Okay, I can't say the word. There's certain words I can't say because they just keep knocking me. They just keep deleting my channels. They've deleted thousands
No, they have not.
of videos.
This is the same channel that we'll subscribe to years ago.
So
wait. You subscribe to this?
No, I didn't
Why?
subscribe. I had it written down in one of my videos as a source.
Oh, I see.
Oh yeah, God, I remember that.
The organized
It's
stalkers
only gotten better,
operate
man.
in areas in which they live, work, and play. This allows for greater degrees of indirection and what's called plausible deniability.
What?
I'm not going to say, but I'm sure you can all guess that there is a certain person that we all know that would get along perfectly with this guy.
So
yeah.
The stalker, the group of stalkers, it's never one now, it's a group. They operate in groups in pods.
Pods, just in case he didn't mention that. Pod spells.
Just like killer whales or dolphins travel together in pods.
This again?
They travel together.
This
in groups.
again?
But they're in their
Jesus
updates,
Christ.
They're Keurig pods too.
Oh my God. It is over and over the same horse shit.
Well,
Well,
it's
actually,
groups
no.
of them.
Now it's whale shit. This is
And
pretty
they're
low. It's
dedicated
pretty,
to
it's
areas
pretty, it's
where
below
they
sea
live,
level.
work, or play. So the victim of organized stalking calls the police and says, well, this person's stalking me. It's been going on for weeks, months. And then the group of stalkers say, no, this person's crazy. We live, work, and play here. My house is right down the street. I work right up the block. I go to the gym right around the corner. I live, work, and play in this area. This person's crazy. And I'm not stalking them when they are stalking.
The fuck?
So-
They live.
This guy is a master projector, man.
You live
He
there.
believes
They live there. They
that
live in the
these
same
people-
zip code. Stupid.
but they live there on purpose so that they can stalk him.
Oh my
Moved
God.
there because he was there. That's why.
Did this guy just chug mad
24
cow disease
years.
for breakfast?
24 years they've moved in there, man.
Did this guy just chug mad cow disease for breakfast? Because it really sounds like it. I could just
No,
hear those
it's-
cries.
It's a full channel, see? Every, 2 months ago, 1 minute videos
I'm
of his
not
sleeps.
going over there.
His sleep
Modified
getting interrupted.
sleep cycle. No, it's modified sleep cycle.
And it just
Now,
goes on and
if
on and
I
on.
wanted to send him around the bend, and I'm not going to do this because this is kind of a dick move. I wanted to send him around the bend. I could send him a whole bunch of ceremonial magic and Kabbalah information and weird little diagrams that I made myself and probably a dick pic I picked up someplace on the internet, and we could listen to this stream of consciousness pig vomit for hours.
No,
but I'm not
as
going to
good
do
as
that.
Buzz.
That's a jerk move.
That's not as good as what Buzz said. Buzz wants to move into the area that he lives in so that he can put cameras up and leave drones on his lawn.
I'll have too much fun with it.
This guy's
it'd be a video of me videoing him, video me, video him.
Oh God!
While he's laying his fat ass on the
so
ground.
Live, work, and play.
Jam.
Okay, remotely tying people to supercomputers using physical and psychological trauma. They're just dedicated to.
Yes, Bells.
No, tie me up. Tie me up to a supercomputer. Tie me up to a supercomputer, and I will sit there, and I will dominate fucking everything in No Man's Sky like I already do anyway.
Together in groups. They're controlled by community-based agents, which are basically prior military, prior law enforcement, retired military, who keep their clearance after they retire.
That's why we know you're a pod person.
She was
gone.
She was redoing her clearance, man, to make sure it's still active.
Yeah. She was making sure that we could stream this.
What?
She had to, like,
this guy,
the CIA before they shut us down.
This guy, both of you, and Tanya all need Jesus. Y'all need Jesus.
They keep.
I'm not a Christian. You need Jesus.
They keep their clearance,
and they become community-based agents.
Community-based agents.
Yes, I'm in charge of the cab.
A lot of the private detectives that you see, they take up these secondary occupations, and they really are private detectives. They really are security consultants, etc. Except that they're also double dipping. They're also being used as community-based agents to control these organized
Bell was
stalkers.
double dipping earlier.
So you want to know, who's
believe it.
Yes, he was.
Oh yeah.
I knew she's in on this shit, man. I'm gonna let this guy know.
If you do that, and he comes after me, trying to shovel his worm-ridden goddamn bullshit. We'll have content. Well, that's all I'll say is we'll have content.
Stalking. Look for private detectives. Look for security consultants, etc., who are prior military, prior law enforcement, retired. They keep their clearance.
Just think. I defended our wonderful First Amendment for this guy to have the right to absolutely, oh my God, gutter-sucking refugee from an artificial sperm bank. This guy is.
It's an old one. I'm gonna think of a new one.
Shit giblet. Ass hammer.
No, I don't think he's a troll. He believes that he's being attacked.
No, he's got something severely
wrong with him.
The middleman between the fusion centers and the organized stalkers. Now these organized stalkers that travel together in groups. Pods, that work together in groups.
I'm going to catch you, and I'm going to pull your wings off, and I'm going to pull your stinger out, and then I'm going to.
That's okay. I'm gonna hit you my elf rays.
Elf. Wait. Hold on. You know that noise that records make when you scrape? That's what just happened in my brain when you said that.
All I heard was something about you pulling his wings down to whip his stinger out, and I was like, does Apollo know about this?
Oh my God, Suit.
To an individual, to a targeted individual. They're dedicated to all targeted individuals that move through their area where they live, work, and play. Their area of operation.
Live, work, and play. Live, work, and play. Live, work, and play.
They're just
live,
picking
work,
new
pod
targets
people.
Trauma to just keep provoking these people until the supercomputer can lock on using timing and location, remotely lock on to new victims. They're daily in the process of doing nothing but stalking people That's their lifestyle. It's not a job for the organized stalkers, the government informants and government perpetrators turned into provocateurs. It's a lifestyle. It's not a job.
Provocateurs.
It's a lifestyle.
Surveillance teams,
Oh
the
my
hive
God.
mind teams, cognitive researchers, etc. It's a job. For the organized stalkers, these street thugs, these government informants and government perpetrators turned into provocateurs, it's not a job. It's a lifestyle. They do it every day. Okay? They get paid cash under the table. Okay? They're not getting gift cards. That's all misinformation. Okay?
Dude, you need to get outside more and stop sitting in your house. Yeah, this dude needs to get outside more and stop sitting in there,
He
farting,
does.
sniffing his own fumes, going
He
bad
gets
shit.
outside. Then he goes and films people and gets punched in the stomach and lays down on the ground for 5 hours.
Wait,
Hello,
this is the same
Nelly.
motherfucker.
That one chick told him he was a traffic jam.
Yeah, someone said that he's got to move because he's a traffic jam.
Oh my God.
And they work together in groups. They work together in pods. And it's based on the choice reference patterns of the victim. In other words, in order to understand organized
Reference patterns.
stalking with regard to you,
I mean,
the victim, you have to...
it's like a Southernism or something like, it's like from somebody down south, and they seem pleased and go, I was just as happy as a speckled pup in a new shovel. What the fuck does that mean? What does it mean?
All I know is he's got more going inside his head than Biden has.
Go back and look at a pattern of your previous choices. Choice reference patterns. What are
choice reference and patterns, Bells?
Choice reference patterns. Choice.
Their memories.
Reference patterns.
Previous
Choice that I'm
memories.
going to.
Choice reference patterns then are patterns of previous memories. So in order to understand organized stalking, you have to go back and look at a pattern of your previous choices.
La 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 la. Guy, you're really hurting me. You're really hurting
Don't
me.
reference your choice
I
pattern.
mean, it's not hurting you. We're gifting you a new character for your book.
There's no space for even in the horror that I write. There is no space for this kind of crazy. Nothing can help him except a shrink and a baseball bat.
Favorite restaurants, cafes, modes of transportation, etc. Okay, that's grocery store, bank, previous choices, memories. They're using physical and psychological trauma to every day to target new victims. These organized stalkers are working together in groups, in pods, and they're engaging in these
groups and pods, Bells, in case you missed that.
I am a sad panda right now.
The pod people.
Situational and conversational scenarios they're basically just stalking people, blatantly stalking people. But all they have to do is aim their cell phone or engage.
That's what you do. You aim your fucking cell phone at someone and record them.
They slug you one.
And then they slug you.
Some type of...
He's hoping if he aims his cell phone at them, it'll bounce their rays back at them.
This guy's
a verification marker or verification trigger at the individual, and the supercomputer can lock onto that individual remotely from thousands of miles away using towers, satellites, and mobile platforms. Okay, so what they're doing every day is they're just tying new victims to the supercomputers.
Okay. If you listen very closely, you can hear this guy's brain fizzing. I mean,
like I said though, man,
Jesus.
as long as the supercomputer I'm tied to is a hot blonde or a hot brunette, I'm good.
That's what's happening. Now, I'm not talking about now remotely tying people to these supercomputers and mind control is two different things, okay?
Okay, two different things, Bells.
Tied to mind
remotely
control.
tying people and mind control are two different things.
Yes. Groups. I can feel myself just sinking into this deep well of mushy stupid. Either that or mushy stupid layered through with batshit crazy.
Remote neural monitoring and remote neural manipulation are two different things. Remote neural monitoring is what they're doing. They're tying people to these supercomputers, formulation, predictive integration, etc. Okay, where the system can image, measure, and transmit data regarding the neural activity, the neural emissions, the electromagnetic.
He does. He tells us how to spell scale.
Activity of the victim's brain, the synaptic responses.
Well, I know how to spell HORSEHITE.
Monitoring. That's not mind control. Mind control is remote neural manipulation. Two different things. Okay. Okay. So by tying these people to the supercomputers, they will become victims in the future of mind control. These supercomputers, these exascale systems, these remote neural networks.
Brian, this is another Brian. This is Brian called Brian 2.
Scale.
Help.
EXA. Scale. SCALE. It's exascale.
Oh my God.
Scale. EXA. Scale. SCALE. These exascale systems of remote neural networks. They're supercomputers. They're capable of billions of calculations per second. Not millions. Not a billion. No, billions per second.
Like I said earlier, not bunions, but billions.
Not bunions, billions.
You know what? I'm going to tell you what this guy sounds like to me. This is all I'm hearing. That's all I'm hearing.
Nothing.
Oh, you can't hear it?
No.
Well, damn, because it's a really obnoxious sound.
Heard it then.
So I'll make a sound. Pods. Choice.
Maybe Bells.
Charlie Brown's teacher legible.
Maybe we're not intelligent enough to comprehend what he's saying.
Oh my God. Jesus Christ. Oh, I woke up and now I'm sitting here with strings of drool, sitting in the corner drooling and playing with the strings because of this guy.
One time I beat it.
Huh?
No, wait. He's going to tell us that one time he beat this.
I beat it. One time. One time I beat it. And
that's what the problem was, man.
Now I can interfere with it whenever I want to. I can disrupt it. But I've defeated it one time in 24 years. Okay?
On what platform?
They're capable of
PS2
of calculations per second. So they can lock on to, hundreds of thousands of.
What did he beat? He beat
his meat is what he
mind.
Beat. At one time.
Yeah. Beating the bishop, flogging the dog, choking the chicken.
Theater, that's situational and conversational scenarios.
Man. You don't have time to do that shit.
That's what these organized stalkers are doing for the purpose of tying new victims.
Hello, Kaz.
People call them surveillance pods.
Surveillance pods.
If he says pods one more time.
In your wash machine with Tide Pods.
If you see somebody walking around aimlessly, standing and doing nothing, okay, all day long in the same area, and that's a crime-ridden, drug-infested gang neighborhood, then they could be just a gang member. They could be who knows. But when you see somebody doing the same thing in a business district, okay, or an upscale neighborhood or a township, okay.
It could be a drug dealer.
Shopping areas and malls.
The bus stop was attacking him. He didn't upscale.
What?
Tell us.
He wasn't
Tell us,
upscale,
Buzz.
or he's in the wrong neighborhood, man.
Transit zones. They target people in transit zones. Okay, they go after them in airports, train stations, etc.
Weird shit over and over and over and over and over. Oh, ow.
Rules are more strict, and it's easier to set up and entrap victims. Okay? Because the rules and laws regarding airports and train stations and other transit areas, they're more strict, so it's easier to set the victim up. But understand what's happening. They're doing one thing primarily. They're remotely tying new victims every day to these supercomputers, or are in the process of doing it.
Not this again.
It takes a continuous
Jesus Christ
trauma to
to
target new victims. So that's what this stalking
Come on, it's, more people like this have got to come out and tell the world.
Phenomena is going. That's what's happening with this, with organized stalking in America and here in Europe and around the world. They're just tying victims, remotely tying victims to the supercomputers.
We need to find more people like this. Chat, if you find anyone like this on YouTube, email me. We need to listen. We need to get educated.
Using physical and psychological trauma, street theater, situational and conversational
street theater
areas, stalking. Okay, read the description box and you'll get a better idea.
The description box. Look at this. Look at the screen. Look at his description. Are you ready?
Do I have to? Must I? Do I need this in my life? Do I need this particular migraine?
Look at it.
What the fuck? He's like Queen.
It starts off with body, soul, and spirit, will, and intellect, emotion. It ends with eat, drink, and be merry. The gates of hell await you. And he's talking about things in Deuteronomy.
I haven't seen anything like this since I saw the rant of the subgenius years and years ago.
Idea of how it works. Sᴜɪᴛ to Madrid, Spain.
So now you're up to date with what we're watching. Let's get back to the recent one. He's in the airport. I think it is.
Comment section, man. Shit. This is too tempting now.
This is Brian Tū, former U.S. Department of Defense contractor with ITT Industries in Kosovo.
What?
Former Federal Emergency Management Agency contractor with Parsons Brinckerhoff in the Gulf region of America, United States. Severely injured from directed energy attacks and brutal violence.
Directed energy attacks. Kosovo directed. Oh my God.
Is there a stolen valor for this kind of crap?
Well, no. He absolutely could have served in Kosovo. He absolutely
it's not stolen valor.
He absolutely could have PTSD so serious that his brain is like a popcorn popper. He could have something severely wrong with him, but in the past, he's, maybe he enlisted and he was fine, and then he went through shit, and then he's broken. That can happen.
Or he was working in the government and found all this stuff out and is now telling us and whistleblowing.
Yeah, that's okay. My bad.
So he could be telling the truth.
Oh no. Oh no. No.
My spine is injured from the violence. My shoulder, the constant setup and entrapment attempts. They're putting cameras on planes. They're surrounding me in hotels. It doesn't make any sense. I mean, I understand how the technology and the tactics work, so that makes sense. But what are they using to justify it?
Pull your mask up,
I'm going
asshole.
all over the world. I'm in countries all over the world. I'm in Europe. I'm in Central America.
Take your mask off. You don't need it.
I'm in South America. I'm in China. I'm in Russia. I'm in Southeast Asia, and it's happening. I'm in Vietnam. I'm in Cambodia. I'm in Laos. I'm
in a lot of places.
Thailand, and it's going on.
I've been to Southeast Asia
It's
too.
absolute BS. This has been going on for over 24 years. They're manipulating. I'm going into lawyers' offices, and they're having the lawyers. They're texting the lawyers. The lawyers they're telling them to record me after the interview has already started.
Yeah, because they think you got a nut job coming. Better record this.
This whole shit is just blurring together. I mean, occasionally
he's so well known because he rings the FBI 15 times a day or whatever the fuck it is. He goes in there and he says, Are you investigating me? Can I help you investigate me? What?
What? Oh my God. Oh my
Today
God.
I randomly selected a law firm next to the Chinese embassy. I tried to get my 10-year visa that they stole. They stole it, absolutely just stole it.
They stole his visa.
Stole the entire passport and the visa with it. Stole it. 10-year visa, I'd already be in China.
It's called pickpocketing.
I'd already be sitting in Beijing right now if it was not for the fact that...
Wait, he calls the FBI. Yes, he said in a video that he calls the FBI and he walked into the FBI and asked them if he can help investigating himself.
They stole my passport. And that's the third passport they've stolen. Number three.
That's
Number
a
three.
fine.
That's the third passport. Not to mention credit cards. Not that I lost, that they stole.
No. You got pickpocketed and your butt is hurt. You are ass injured because somebody pickpocketed you or stole your shit. Dumbass.
He was targeted.
Well, they get with the Rays, man.
He was targeted by pod people and the Rays blurred his vision and they stole. They teleported his
People like
stuff out of
this
his
give
hand.
me fucking hives.
This is American CIA. This is the American CIA. This is the Department of Defense. There is no investigation, no valid case. It didn't take 24
This is October 20th, 2021.
years to investigate Carlos the Jackal. This is not an investigation. It never was. Targeted individuals across the world are going through the same thing.
What?
They're hiding behind and using law enforcement to do their dirty work.
What?
This is the American CIA. This is
Oh my
the Department
God.
of Defense.
Imagine being in that place there, Bells, and listening to this.
I would be likely to roll up on him and go, shut the fuck up.
And he'd record you and say, look, see
Wrong
another
with
one of their
you.
spies.
Well, that's exactly, but Sue, that's exactly why I would do it. So fucking.
I used to work for the Department of Defense. I know what they're capable of.
You'd walk up to him and say, look, I'm from the agency and you're saying a bit too much there, buddy.
They're animals, okay? Defense Intelligence Agency, they're animals. But this is not the CIA, this is the CIA. This is the
Dead animals.
Central Intelligence Agency, because I'm country to country all over the world. This CIA. They're flying their operatives in from Bogota to Guayaquil, and then when I hop on a plane from Guayaquil to Quito, they're right there with me. In the taxi today, they love to use.
They're following him.
Taxi drivers. I try to go directly to the airport. He's driving around circles, giving them time to get to.
The taxi drivers are in on it too.
Now, did he say something about?
He said he gets into a taxi
Something about
and they
dead
don't.
animals.
They drive around.
I'm still back there with the dead animals. Did he say something about dead animals? Because all I can see is this roadkill raccoon with a camera sticking out of its ring piece, tracking this motherfucker.
He said that they're animals is what he said. Fucking.
Oh yes, we are. We are primates. We are hominids. We're animals.
The fact that the taxi drivers, they just go around in circles, giving them time to get to the airport.
Head me off at the airport to set everything up. There was a copy. There was evidence inside of a box of personal belongings that was delivered to me back in 2018. Should have been delivered. Was put here in Ecuador. Ecuadorians would never release it. He kept it from me. What valid reason does the Ecuadorian government have to shield the Americans from human rights atrocities? What reason is there? They're using Ecuadorian law enforcement. They're using
to fuck with you.
Ecuadorian intelligentsia.
They're getting paid very well.
This is like a slow collision of trains. You can't quite take your eyes off But you can sit there and wonder what the fuck is wrong with both of the conductors, because there's plenty of time to just please stop. But do they stop? They do not. Continue with the pig vomit, please.
They're placing cameras on planes. How? Ask the Cubans. An entire 737 full of people. An entire 737 full of people. That plane held up because the Cuban police couldn't mount the hidden cameras properly above my seat. And that's going on every plane.
Above your seat?
What are they doing? What are they doing? What are they saying? I asked them. I tried to get them to come talk to me. I went to their office. And sat down with them. They're not just attacking me. They're attacking my family back in America, in South Carolina. They're under attack. This is happening. Their next door neighbor's head of the FBI, or was, he's dead. He's now dead.
This dude makes me want to just go back to bed.
Special agent in charge of Columbia office for the entire state of South Carolina. He was head of the FBI. That's their next door neighbor. Not neighbor down the street. And their house is being broken into every night, and they're being stalked, and they're being harassed and gaslit, and their property's vandalized and stolen, and they're being attacked with directed energy weapons, and they put my aunt in the hospital because she can't take the trauma.
What?
What crime did they commit? This is not an investigation.
No, it's there's something fucking wrong with you.
I just left the Chinese embassy today trying to get a replacement for my 10-year visa. That didn't work. They stole that visa. They stole that passport. It's the biggest game on earth. It's the biggest game. It's a deadly game. It's a deadly, deadly game of deception and manipulation. Nothing more. They are torturing and killing. They are torturing and killing innocent men, women, and children for training, research, and development in artificial superintelligence technologies. Even little children are being tortured and murdered. Tortured and murdered.
Where's the evidence?
Little children.
Little toddlers, 3 to 6-year-old children. They're torturing and murdering them for training, research, and development in artificial superintelligence technologies. What crime did they commit?
I just DM'd you my opinion of the whole thing. Yeah.
I tried to get a PCR test. They manipulated that. I couldn't get it. I couldn't fly directly out of Ecuador to my destination. I have to go through Colombia now, which is exactly what they want. They beat me up, put me in the hospital.
They beat me up, put me in the hospital.
I mean,
somebody's going to beat him up, put him in the hospital. He's going to walk up and, talk his bullshit to the wrong person or film the next wrong person, and he's going to get his ass kicked. They're going to be doing that. Well, no, they won't, because whoever this is, they're going to be doing the 3-legged hop to the nearest hospital because the guy's going to jack his foot so far up his ass he's going to taste shoe leather.
And not to mention attack. My ears are so severely damaged. I can't take the intercom. I can't understand a word that they're saying on the intercom.
And we're back to the beginning.
And yet, I go to an audiology department, and she says, well, there's not really a big problem. Well, that's not what the other doctor's reports say. The other doctor reports say there is a big problem here in Ecuador. Ecuadorian doctors. But this latest test, well, it's just, we have to
answering him by belching.
That's BS. They're manipulating the medical treatment. They've been doing it from day one, with every targeted individual. They're targeting me.
All over your forehead. They kept taking your money.
Where the rules are more strict, and it's easier to set up and entrap the victim. Transit zones, like airports, train stations.
Transit zones.
But that doesn't matter to me. They target me all over the world.
I wonder what he would do if he was in the train museum here in Tucson.
Hate them, the American government. It doesn't make any sense. It does. I mean, I understand that this is Agenda 21, Agenda 30, or whatever it is, but it's happening in countries which hate the Americans.
One of his videos, it bells and never.
Nicaragua,
super
Cuba.
transmitter at the train station in Arizona.
Cambodia. I mean, other countries I've been around the world. I've been to Beijing. I've been to St. Petersburg, China. St. Petersburg, Russia, and Beijing, China. I've been
St.
all over the
Petersburg,
world.
China.
And it's happening. Putting cameras in planes. What on earth have they said to these governments? No one will tell me anything. I can't get them to release records. It's absolute BS.
They can't get them to release records.
No, my dude.
hate to burst his bubble. Those little round things above your seat. Air vents, the airplanes, man.
Can you imagine him asking for them to release evidence on the cameras?
Yes, this is not an investigation. It never was. What's happening to my family back in America is not an investigation. They're being attacked. They're torturing and killing people for training, research, and development in artificial superintelligence technologies. I can't hear what they're saying on the intercom. It's so severely, painfully distorted. I can't understand a word. That's how terribly damaged my ears are.
I is dumber than the chick with the bead up her nose.
Directed energy attack.
In fact, I wish somebody would shove a bead up up his nose, because maybe it'd be a little bit smarter as it grew material around it.
I mean, I'm thinking if he's in Ecuador, probably not speaking English over the intercom, so it's probably why he doesn't understand what they're saying.
Yeah, I think they speak Spanish down there. It's either Spanish or Portuguese. I can't remember.
If he just retuned his transmitter and translated it for him.
Yes, his universal translator is broken. And and so is his comm badge, so he can't ask these people to beam him up.
Alright, here we go. We've seen this one, but Bells hasn't. This is CIA DIA contractors wage global campaign of violence and entrapment against whistleblower. He calls himself a whistleblower. This is October 12th, 2021.
Are you okay? No? What do you need?
Can you please just put you in the side?
No, I think it's better if you try to move.
Are you drunk?
We're going to help you, okay?
The game is beginning. This is the
What
game.
about the game?
No, but it's
This
not
is the game.
No, but
Just
it's not
knock
a game.
down. It's a game.
Which game?
It's a game.
Imagine being on the floor and saying it's a game to people that are trying to help you.
Okay, we
This
are
is
going
Brian 2. It is 22:42 hours.
You're doing a traffic jam, okay? You have to move.
You're a traffic jam, you have to move.
Violence. More violence right here. This guy.
Okay? No? What do you need?
Can you please just put you in the side?
No, I think it's better if you try to move.
Are you drunk?
Okay, we are going to help you, okay?
The game is beginning. This is the
What
game.
about the game?
This is the game.
No,
Just
it's
knock
not a
down.
Game.
It's a game.
Which game?
It's a game.
Okay, we
This
are
is
going
Brian
to...
2.
we are going
It is 22:42
Listen.
hours.
You're doing a traffic jam, okay? You have to move.
Violence. More violence right here. This guy.
He says this guy in the yellow shirt is violent.
Cuidado.
Here's a conspiracy. Cops are approaching.
Man, he's doing this shit outside.
Yes!
He's in the street.
That's why I said to you, he doesn't stay inside.
Why? Why? Why, gods?
He
Why?
always gets attacked in a traffic lane or something, or a bus station, or anywhere they travel.
See,
Yeah,
this,
he's in the
and,
hospital.
and this low key makes me a little angry. And the reason it does is because when people do this shit and they do it publicly, it makes it harder for people that are living with mental illness of various kinds. It makes all of us look like an asshole. It makes everybody think that we're going to act like this at any second. And that's why it kind of low key pisses me off. Because I don't want to deal with the fallout from his bullshit.
He's just,
you know,
an attention seeker in my eyes.
Well, it's either attention seeking or just schizophrenia.
I think his problem is he doesn't take his meds when he's supposed to.
I take mine fucking religiously.
He's in the hospital waiting.
At least he's wearing his mask correctly now.
Here we go.
What the fuck is he on his hand?
Attention of a targeted individual.
That guy with the machete.
Dude, man.
That's his targeted individual. Look, you know.
He's an upscale neighborhood, remember?
What the fuck?
Meant to distract the attention of a targeted individual.
Is that Charles Manson?
You see that? That's what they're doing.
And then he films his broken leg.
He caught Charlie Manson. That's what it was, man. I said, hey, don't you say anything, man.
What the fuck? What did he do? Did somebody run over him out there?
He just hurt himself. Here's another one. He's filming this guy, saying that this guy's stalking him. The guy comes over and beats him up.
Uh-oh.
Now he's grabbing my crutches. Now he's grabbing my crutches.
This is a lie. Hey, who are you? Who are you? Who are you? Who are you?
Silo, government americano.
Así, gobierno americano. Sí, así, Who are you? Who are you? Who are you? No. Hey, it's a lie. It's a fucking multi. Hey, are you fucking me? Hey, do you want fucking me? Why? 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 Vamos, say now. Why? Go ahead. Go ahead. Okay. Okay. What's the problem with me? Hey, what's the problem with me? What's the problem with the game? The game? No, the game. The lie. It's the lie. It's the lie. Es mentira.
Smacko.
Es mentira. Es mentira, hermano. Es mentira. Me quieres
I heard that in the net.
Es mentira, hermano.
Wait, what was that fucked up look? Oh, is he smiling there?
No, he's doing an oh.
Poor
little me.
Get him away from me. He knocked me to the ground. No, ambulancia, por favor, ambulancia.
I want the ambulance. Oh, look at me. I'm going to drop my wing and pretend to be so broken.
Hospital food.
I'm going to film myself as evidence.
Try this shit, man.
I would try that here because this is Arizona. Somebody will walk up and kick you. Go, what the fuck is wrong with you?
Give them hamster cheeks, man.
And this one's actually in a convenience store.
Oh,
and the
help.
store owners laughed at him and told him that they're not calling the hospital.
5 hours.
And he laid on the floor for 5 hours, waiting for an ambulance.
This is Brian. I've been punched in the mouth. As you can see, my face is swollen, blood in my mouth. Police just walked away. This lady here just told me that there is no ambulance coming, and that police just left, and they're not going to help me anymore. And the fall also hurt my back. As you can see, the side of my face is swollen and my lips, I got blood in my mouth.
There's no blood in your mouth, and you're just a fat fuck.
And,
yeah, my face is swollen too, but it's because I'm big, I'm heavy. Stupid ass.
Store staff laughed at him. The police said they're not going to do anything for him. So they walked off.
They're not helping me. This is organized stalking. And it's just, this is the Colombians. They're the slaves of the Americans, so they're not going to help me. My mouth is swelling up. And
oh, come
I
on.
got blood in my mouth, and I've hurt my lower back again. The lady is telling me, she just spoke to the police, and she's...
They're still serving customers while he's lying there.
Telling me now
Walking around.
the ambulance is not coming.
Yeah,
Spill
serial
aisle
pest.
fire, spill aisle fire.
Attention seeker. Yeah.
This is Ryan T, September 12, 2016. Hold on.
See, this shit can actually get you arrested.
A student
doing
called
shit
the ambulance.
get you arrested. At least it can here.
Even the Columbia cops said it ain't worth their time.
I don't even know it.
Yeah, it's like they have this number. That's crazy.
Trying to figure
I mean, he could have called the ambulance himself.
it out. 13:51. 1:51, almost 2 o'clock.
Is he near the snack section?
Is he near the what?
The
Oh,
snack
Lord.
section.
Probably close to the beer.
And sob music. Oh, there he is with a neck brace on now.
Are you
Story
fucking-
ends. You wake up in your bed and believe.
And Matrix bloody stuff played over the top. Yes, he files police bloody reports and shit.
Special ops.
guy? This fucking guy.
There you can see drinking my coffee, minding my own business, and this guy comes up and gets in my face and starts yelling and screaming, and then he punches me for no reason. And there are surveillance cameras. There are surveillance cameras here, so there's evidence of what happened. I
punched him for no reason. What? You were filming him?
Totally unsolicited. This is organized stalking. I called 911.
Organized stalking.
I called for security. Security came over here. I called 911. I guess they're on their way. But this is organized stalking, and this is how violent it gets.
What? When you
Maybe
hit the
he
floor?
was under control of the brain waves too, man. Shit.
This is a common tactic of just gratuitous violence against the victim, to constantly keep the victim in a constant state of fear for their physical safety and paranoia and anxiety, physical and psychological trauma, and psychological trauma.
Yeah. So if you know anyone on YouTube that is this crazy, email us because we want to know. We want to laugh at it.
To map out the sensory and neural pathways of the victim's brain and central nervous system. So again, this is the Charlie station. This is where they have attacked me many times. They punched me in the face here before. Back in 2013, they punched me in the face twice. Right up the street, they chased me with knives.
It doesn't have anything to do with mind control.
But
it doesn't have a thing to do with mind control. It has much more to do with you having a punchable face.
And a camera that you're filming.
It's like a fucking speed bag.
This is how the game works. It's a very deadly game, and it's called organized stalking. And I just got punched in the face. I did nothing to deserve it. And the surveillance cameras that you see right up there will show the entire incident was entirely unsolicited. So,
shit.
This is Brian 2, March 11, 2018, approximately 8:20 in the morning. Uptown Charlie Station.
It makes the grass grow green. Bullshit. It makes the grass grow green. Yes, it does.
So his last thing was torture for wake-up trauma each morning.
What?
This was 1 day ago. And this is CIA training and research and development.
Ridiculous.
Torture the heart in my ears. My heart in my ears. Torture. Microwave torture. Torture.
Torture. Torture.
Torture.
And that was it, 17 seconds. Yeah, if you want more of that, you can
and
go
a
and
fake
subscribe.
pass out. Cool. We had somebody do that in boot camp, pretend to pass out.
Maybe they got hit with the elf rays.
Yeah, somebody's trying to control them.
Elf rays.
They're being hooked up to a supercomputer.
All right, so let's end on what Bells has sent me. 2 minutes and 38 seconds.
It's a worthwhile watch, trust me.
Oh, I do. Here we are. Okay.
I'm so bored. Would a super special
Teeny.
mommy pop cheer you up? Can I have a super special mommy pop too?
What the fuck?
I think we're all out, hun. Why don't you wait here while I go make a fresh one?
Get rid of this.
Oh. Bells.
Aren't you glad you woke me up?
Why does she get one too? All she ever does is sit around here and play with her dolls and serve tea. Would a super special chocolate pudding pop make you feel any better?
No bells.
Hello, Angela.
Oh,
There's a part
That
2 to this,
explains
but I don't think
how
we want it.
Vampire Andy got his start.
So if you want to know what that was, there it is. Enjoy. And with that, I think we'll end episode 2. Join us next week.
Yes, indeed. Sorry I
some
wasn't
more
here for the whole
laughs.
thing.
That's all right.
It's 'cause
We
were
caught you up.
Recalibrating the supercomputer.
You were.
Yeah. Over and over.
All right. Catch you later.